Hello and thank you for watching another fourth gear video. In this video, I'm going to tell you what happened after I left the RV in Salt Lake City and I came back 51 days later to get it. On the last video, I had taken you through Yellowstone, Grand Teton National Park, Wyoming. Now I left the RV, the Ramada Inn by the airport, for 51 days, but that's not the only thing I did. What I did is American Airlines has this program where if you bring sporting equipment, it counts as a piece of luggage. And what I did is I took advantage of that, so I got a mountain bike to take with me, and I brought it with me on the plane, and I took it and I assembled it, and it's going to be part of the following videos that you'll see, where I use my mountain bike as I go around visiting the sites. Now, the other thing that I did is I left all the cushions in the RV. I left them at Zion Upholstery, and I'll leave the links, I'll give you the name down below. And the reason I left them is because I wanted them to get fixed. They were very old, very worn out, and very ripped. So they gave me an estimate. Doing all my cushions, it cost me $1,293. So I left them and I told them basically, I'm coming back in a month. Can you have them done by then? And they did. They were very accommodating. So I left my RV, I left the cushions in Utah, and by the time I got back, they were all done and I was on my way. So what happened at the Ramada Inn? Absolutely nothing. When I came back, the RV was just where it was supposed to be. No damage, no problems, no issues whatsoever. I was a little concerned because it's by the airport. It's, there was maybe not the safest area I thought, but it's actually turned out to be very safe. So I wanted to keep the original look of the interior of the RV. I know a lot of people, they like to go and they reupholster the seats and they make them into like something newer, but I wanted to keep that 90s look. So I left them with Zion Upholstery and they refurbished them. I just basically told them, look, I'll be back in 51 days on this day, so can you have them ready? And they were very accommodating. And so I got the cushions done again for $1,293. And I'll leave their information on the description below if you want to use them. They're a family-owned operation and they're very nice. And now it was time to head out to Boise, Idaho. So the road there was as expected. It was very nice, but there was a lot of hills, and you know, if you've ever driven that part of the country, it's hilly. It can be a little challenging for a little RV with limited power as I have, but the RV has been working flawlessly. Once I got to Boise, Idaho, I visited the sites and I'll tell you about the parking experience. Today I'm coming to you from downtown Boise, Idaho. And I just want to show you around a little bit and just tell you a little bit about what I do in terms of parking with my Toyota camper. This is like the downtown area of Boise. Here you can see my camper right there. I'm only about 3 blocks from the happening area of Boise, where all the bars are. But what I wanted to show you is this. Basically, I'm in a parking lot. It's just a regular parking lot. Here you can see that it's an all-day public parking. Flat rate is $5. You can pay with a parking app, which you should get if you don't already have. I have like 3 parking apps. And so what I wanted to show you is basically that when you park in this lot, and there's lots like this in most cities, when you park in one of these lots, you're basically paying a flat fee for 24 hours. And what that means is you can stay up the entire day. In Vegas, I was able to park for $10 for 24 hours. So, and it was like 2 blocks from that street, from Grant Street or something, the street where all the happening stuff is. And I just parked there and I stayed overnight. And you can do that if you have an RV like this, you know, that sort of fits in a parking spot. Of course, if you have an RV that's like a Class A or something bigger, I don't know if it'll work. But there's no need for stealth camping. So I just wanted to give you a sense of what I do. I like to visit the smaller towns. I say smaller, they're not really that small. I like to visit like the downtown area because it's very interesting architecturally, and also there's like a live, like a Saturday night, you know, places to go, Friday night places to go. And this way you can just go and visit. And I usually take my bike, and when you go visit around, you can go eat, have a beer or something, and when you're done, just bike back to your RV and you're right there. You're only a few minutes away, and you can sleep. And it's actually pretty quiet overnight. Once 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. passes, there's hardly any noise. And if the lights bother you, just wear the shades that you can get at a dollar store. Well, this is the Boise River as seen from this overhead bridge. The colors are just starting. You can kind of see the trees are losing their color, but there's some sections where they really have lost their, well, I should say gained their color, because there's some trees that I saw that were like they're on fire. They're yellow and orange. So this is great. This is the Morrison-Knudsen Nature Center in Boise, Idaho. I just saw something jump in the water. I guess it was those ducks. Anyway, this is a pond where they have ducks and fish, and particularly sturgeon. And you can see on this other side, and that's not a fake waterfall, that's actually a real waterfall. There's some parts of the river that comes this way, and so they just channel it here. And there's some sturgeon in here. I did see quite a few, but they're hard to see with the reflection in the water. All right. I found a secluded spot outside of the city, and it was fantastic. Now, after spending a couple days in Boise, then I headed out of town on my way to Bend, Oregon, and that's the next destination that we're gonna cover. And you'll see that on the next video. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.